the Shia. The Shia and the Sunni do it to the Druze, and they also keep the Kurds down, which is another religion, or nationality, depending on how you look at it. Quite candidly, the whole reason why there's a conflict with Israel is because they can't accept the fact that a non-Muslim is telling a Muslim what to do. Once again, that's against their beliefs. It's against their philosophies. So here we have Christians leaving the Palestinian territories because they can't seem to get their rights there. Another Sunni group's taking over Iraq and Syria, telling the Christians to pay up or get out. The old history of kidnapping the Christian girls and having them married to a Muslim to convert to Islam is back. An old practice being brought to be a new practice in Iraq today. The threats to American interests are all over the place. Once again, it's a very interesting week. And today we have here Emad Salem, who's coming in to talk to us. We've got a great new poster for his book. Once again, I think you have that saved on the as well. So once again, Emad.
Hi, Joe. How are you?
Good to see you. Love that traffic here in South Florida, huh?
That's quite all right. It is really hectic, but you know what? I'm glad I made it.
Me too. Without you here, it would have been a much less interesting day. We were waiting for you patiently. Unfortunately, we don't have as much time as we planned, so we're going to have to bring you back again. I'm sure we'll have a chance.
That would be my privilege.
And we were just talking about ISIS in Iraq.
Yes.
And I understand you had a few things to talk about what's going on. I understand that they're kicking out the Christians.
Well, unfortunately, I would like to explain first what is ISIS and what they are trying to create. The ideology of ISIS is fanatic as usual, and it is the extension of Al-Qaeda.
Now, fanatics means they don't dance in public?
No, they don't. They just dance with bombings and killing and blowing up. And what they're trying to create is the Khilafah.
Khilafah?
The Khilafah.
Doesn't sound nice.
In English, they call it the Caliphate. But unfortunately, most of the media people, they don't know what is the Caliphate is. The Khilafah is the people who will follow Prophet Muhammad's traditions, which they call it Sunnah.
Right.
So the word Khilafah means the followers of Prophet Muhammad.
Now the English translation, that's caliphate, right?
Khilafah.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that's the Arabic word, but the caliphate is what they're referring to.
Correct.
And they actually tried to do that before, haven't they? This is not the first time.
Not the first time, but this is the first time they succeed to create a big area in Iraq and Syria. They are a group of Sunni people who's trying to follow these traditions. However, these traditions or these Khilafah they are trying to create, it is not a solid, concrete Islamic rules, because there is two people who gathered the hadith, which the Prophet Muhammad's traditions, and that is one of them is Al-Mukhtar al-Sahah, and the other one is they both were started 183 years after Prophet Muhammad's death.
So can you trust it?
That is why I cannot trust it, because there is so many Khilafah rules
and interpretations
being inherited for 183 years.
So it's sort of like a truth being twisted by knaves to make a trap for fools.
Unfortunately, that's right. And you can see that most of this hadith, or not most, I will say some of this hadith and some of these Khilafah rules not as accurate as the Quran said.
Now this is all interesting, but how does this even affect us in America? I mean, most Americans are sitting back and saying, let them kill each other, let God separate the good from the bad, leave me out of this.
That's not going to happen, because once they put their claws down there, they will create their training camps again, like they had it in Sudan before, like they had it in Afghanistan before, and then they will export terrorism to us.
Because they have Americans working there, don't they?
They do have, unfortunately, some
U.S. citizens.
brainwashed Americans and
Canadians.
It's all
Brits.
nations. A lot of European.
But that means they have these passports where they don't have to come with a visa. They can just come to our airport with their Canadian or English passports and hand them at the gate and get a 90-day visa, being able to come here freely unless they're on some sort of watch group.
That's correct, and that will put a lot of load and responsibility on our CIA and our FBI.
And you have a lot of trust in them, I assume. That was sarcasm. That's okay. You're supposed to laugh.
Okay.
Leave it alone. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. You know you don't want to go there.
Okay.
So listen, do you think that our man in the White House is taking care of biz?
Well, our man, Mr. Barack Hussein, has a different.
Wait a second, Barack Hussein? Oh, you mean Barack Hussein Obama? Okay.
You're trying to open another show now.
I know. Well, we'll bring you back for that show.
That would be my pleasure. Mr. Barack Hussein Obama has a different backbone than most of the American John Does. And I explain that with pictures in my website, which is
emadsalem.org. So that's EMADSALEM.org.
That's correct. I explained by the pictures what is that backbone coming from, and it's coming from Kenya, coming from Somalia, coming from Obugo, his brother. And
so you've seen that movie 2012 or 2016 and America by De Souza.
No, I did not have
the opportunity to see those movies. You got to watch them. They're exciting stuff.
Yeah, I did not see it. So, unfortunately, Mr. Barack Hussein
Obama
trying hardly, spending a lot of effort to change the American backbone to have a new America. Not a leader, not the superpower, not what we immigrated to. I immigrated 30 years ago to United States of America because this is the best country on the planet.
It is the best country on the planet.
It is, thank God it is the best.
But what makes it the best country in the country, of the world?
Because we have the democracy, which is sometimes now with Mr. Barack Hussein start to be violated. We start to lose our privacy, we start to lose our lifestyle and liberty. And I understand that intelligence community has to do their job to protect us, but there is a very thin line between protecting us and spying on us.
Yes. Now, let me ask you a question. So you're saying to me that we have something to fear from ISIS. Terrorism is something that we can work with.
Yeah.
The Israelis have worked with it for 48 years, 50 years. The British have learned to work with it with the IRA and now the modern Islamic radicals. Iraq has been living with bombs going off all over the place. I think America could survive a little bit of explosion here and there, don't you, or no?
Sadly, through my work undercover with the FBI and some of it with the CIA as well, I noticed that we handcuff our agents and we ask them to protect us. We handcuff them by the law. The law is very restricted, very harsh on these agents, and for them to keep their jobs, they
racial profiling.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sorry, but I don't know too anybody other than a Islamist fanatical who's going to strap a bomb and walk in with a group of innocent people and blow themselves up yet. Oh. Now, when we get the Christian fanatics doing it, then we'd have to probably change. But I don't think it's racial profiling when you say, here are the qualities that we keep on finding the bad boys doing, and anybody fits within that genre should be looked at.
It is no longer a religion. It is ideology, and this ideology, unfortunately, is being through the internet spread to hijack our freedom. And
you're a practicing Muslim.
Yes, I am practicing.
And you're proud to be
I am proud to be practicing Muslim, and I am
and
proud.
you're observant. You pray and you maintain a Muslim lifestyle.
Thank God, yes, I do. And I am proud to be a Muslim in the United States of America. And I never been stopped to practice my religion.
So when you look at what these guys are coming up with, you must almost be like irritated.
I know that this guy gonna know. They know where is the entry to the country, and we see the thousands of people is keep coming, and they keep coming from Mexico. They keep coming from here. It takes one of them to walk into America with a dirty bomb, and then we have a catastrophe on our hand, unfortunately.
Yep. Now we just have 1 minute left, but I'm going to bring you back. Is that okay with you?
That would be my honor. Thank you.
We'll talk about a lot more things that affect America, because once again, knowledge is power. And understanding, first of all, the way in which a typical average living Muslim thinks versus somebody who's a radicalized warmongering or evildoer is helpful information. Also, realizing that we don't live in a cocoon. America is a cocoon. But quite candidly, it doesn't take much to break open that cocoon and influx us with some of the evil ways that are being seen around the world.
That's true. Unfortunately, our democracy opened our heart and our law and our borders.
All right. So listen, when you come back next time, we're going to probably talk about our president, Barack Hussein Obama, and talk about what he's doing around the world and what he's not doing around the world, and what effects our inaction or lack of intelligent engagement could cause harm to us Americans.
So you think one show will be enough for that?
We'll start with one and work our way from there.
All right. Thank you very much.
Once again, this is the People's Advocate Hour. Give us a call at 954-320-6940. We're here to help you out. Get a free consultation. Look forward to hearing from you. Once again, this is Joseph Brien at the People's Advocate. Have a wonderful day.
You have been listening to the People's Advocate Hour with attorney Joseph Brien. Join attorney Joseph Brien next week on the People's Advocate, as you need to know your rights when it comes to bankruptcy or foreclosure. You can also contact our office at 954-889-7443 for a free consultation. The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its hosts, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.